Hey everybody, Life Junior Good, this is B from One Big Games, and welcome back to some more Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All, for the Nintendo DS. Now, my boys, my girls, my people who are watching this, I have not played this in a little bit again, and I apologize for that, but we are back at it again. I hope I didn't, I think only, okay, yeah, only the 3 that I need is open right now, but we need to finish this soon. I don't know when we're gonna finish this, but this needs to get done hopefully in November because I've been slacking. We have 3 main series on the channel now, and then we also have the weekend series, which I'm going to keep, most definitely. I just need to hopefully get this done by November. I'm thinking I could possibly go ahead and just do sessions from now on when I record this. Possibly. I'll see. I think I might start doing sessions, so I might record 3 episodes today, and then do 1 episode of Final Fantasy VII as well, so I can have those up, and then tomorrow Silent Hill, and then the weekend, of course, Yu-Gi-Oh. But it's cold. I started watching Nova again, UberX or Nova, the person who got me into be a YouTuber in the first place. So don't be surprised if I start acting like him, because for some reason sometimes I emulate him when I do stuff. So don't be surprised if it makes its way into the recording. Anyway, let's just continue. Yeah, I got my mouse finally because it finally charged. But Acro, it was just after 10 p.m. and I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Then a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. Yes, because all you could see was the shadow and the cape and the hat. You couldn't actually see his face or anything else. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming. This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown. If that's the case, there is very little the prosecution need add. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the sky that night. That's not how her voice is. Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine a witness. A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool. How did I get that so easily? A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix, right? Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth did.
How dare you say that name in front of me? How dare you? Who do you think you are, you stupid prick?
That's right. Do you have a problem with the witness's testimony? Oh, wait. In the words of Miss Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings? There's no way that actually happened. Very well. You may proceed with your cross-examination. Thanks, Judge. Thanks, Judgy buddy. Oh, pal. Oh, wait. Didn't he say something in the last episode about not wanting to press every single thing? Because, I don't know. Let me see. Did the birds really have to move at that? Okay. Okay, you know what? The birds. Let's just press everything. Please don't penalize me. You said that you were resting in bed. One would thus assume that you turned the lights off in your room, correct? That's correct. But there are safety lights around the outside of the lodging house. Okay, so he knew where we were going with that. Alright, I see, Acro. It's so bright. Sometimes it can make it hard to sleep. I'm sorry for the sound. I'm just adjusting my mic. If that's the case, wouldn't it be a good idea to close some curtains? Tweet. Look at him, he's tweeting too. I never really thought of that. I guess that means I'm off to buy some curtains. Sometimes I do make myself useful on this TV. What do you mean sometimes? times. You're a freaking judge, man. Come on. Oh my god. No. The witness will proceed with his testimony. You didn't have to whip him. Alright. Oh my god. Your room is on the 3rd floor, right? You're still laughing. Yes. And you said that you were resting in bed. That is correct. But you were still able to hear a sound from outside? I was indeed. Pressing echo doesn't seem to get results. Maybe something was contradictory to what he just said. I'm gonna need to go through that again. What's the matter, Mr. Wright? No, nothing, Your Honor. Until I can find a clear contradiction. I should tread lightly. Don't look at me like that. What? Hold on. Actually, I want you to go through that one more time. So... Okay, 3rd floor. And you said that you're resting in bed. That's correct. But you're still able to hear a sound from outside. No, that's the grand... Wait. No. Okay, Echo's house is the 3rd floor. He was resting in bed. He's kinda high up, isn't he? But you should still be able to hear something. I mean, I guess depending on if you're a light sleeper or not, but that... I don't know. I don't know. Well, obviously there's gotta be... Okay. Don't penalize me, please. Please. I don't think there is, but... you know what? I don't think that was the right idea. I don't think that was right. I don't think there was a contradiction. You know what? No. We're not. No. We're gonna go through this. We went down. I clicked on it. We're going through with this. There is a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given. Yeah, I didn't think so. If there is a contradiction, then prove it with evidence. She's right. I see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim of a contradiction? I don't... How? What? How am I supposed to do that? What? No, that's gotta be a troll. There's no way. There's no way. That's gotta be a troll. No. I'm not falling for your trolling this game. Unless that's right, but I don't know what the actual answer is, so I'm just gonna win on it. Are you sure it was a human being? It could have been a mannequin, or perhaps a large action figure. What? I guess? But a large action figure? Well, setting aside the possibility of a mannequin, an action figure is plausible. You have no need to mince words with Mr. Phoenix Wright. Hey, testify to the truth and only the truth, just as if we were there with you that night. I believe it was a human. Damn, I just straightened his testimony. I wonder if Echo's statement jives with the facts. First off, why did you say jive? Stop that. Don't do that. No, we're not nothing. Stop. No, don't do that. Jive with the facts? I don't know. So one of these statements is wrong. I don't know. So she's just gonna keep doing that every time? Okay. The light in your room was turned off then, right? That's true. I was going to bed after all. So with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window? The safety lights lit things up enough for me to see. But honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my room. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Oh, wait. Oh, my God, you want to stretch out so God. What the hell is that on my ceiling? I'm not gonna worry about it. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front. Did you see any of the other symbols? Don't. Okay, I thought it was gonna go into a song. Or not song, but I thought it was gonna get everyone in the courtroom to do all that bullcrap again. I clearly saw the silk hat, as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. How? I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica. The more I press him, the less results I seem to get. Maybe there was something fishy with his latest bit of testimony. If you just saw a silhouette, how could you see... I don't know. But how can you see it if it's just a silhouette? Wait. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I better not overdo it. That time he changed it. Okay. You know what? I was thinking there's probably no point to press that, but we're doing it anyway. When did you start thinking that what you saw wasn't a dream? Yeah, I thought she'd interject. That's not important. Oh my god. Okay, maybe it is. I believe that the prosecution has done a bit of maintenance on the witness's memory. Just to make sure, let's ask the witness. Oh! Objection! Sustained. Don't sustain that! Necro must be lying about things, huh? Of course he is. Now the challenge will be to expose his lies in court. Well, put the pedal to the metal, Nick! I forgot what her voice is. I gave her the higher voice, which was for the daughter of freaking the owner of the very big circus. Okay. So one of these is incorrect. I don't know which one is which. I don't know which one is which. I feel like this is... Oh, God, okay. Sorry, freaking phantom shakes. Was it this? I think it's this. I'm just not... Let's tread down this path to see what's going on with this. I don't know. Wait. Let me go through that one more time. What were the symbols again? It was a silk hat, the white roses, clicking on the game, and the cloak, right? So I guess he's right, yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's the only thing. I didn't think so. I didn't mean to full screen that. Hold up. No. How are you just gonna go through that and not... What? I didn't get penalized. What? What the hell just happened? I'm not even... At this point, I don't even want to go back and reread that. That was a waste of my time. I don't... What am I supposed to do? I don't remember this part. Oh my god, this sucks. This really sucks. I don't remember this part. Why don't I know this part? Ma, if you could help me put the pedal to the metal, I'd appreciate it, because I'm so stupid that I don't understand what the frick is going on in this. Come on, man, use that brain of yours, man, come on. First off, you don't see someone flying, you don't see that. People don't fly, right? I swear. No. 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 Ah, take it! Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Watch this. Forget all this. Okay, no, let's watch this, okay? Did you see any other symbols? I clearly saw the silk head as well as the cloak wrapped around his body, but not the white roses. So we do this, right?
Objection!
Okay. For some reason, it's the silk hat. Oh! This is what I get for not playing the game of Drive. Oh, if I had played it in the right order daily, then I would have remembered. You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that? You know what? We're making this whole thing a session. I'm going to go through this whole trial as one thing. If I could break it up into episodes, I'll break it up into episodes. You know, just... I don't know. Do you stand by that? What do you mean? The silk hat. What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window. Oh, that's because the silk hat was down on the ground! Oh, I'm so stupid. Oh, now I understand. Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night. That would have been quite difficult considering the state that I'm in. Just looking outside of the window was a tough enough challenge for me. That's a shame, because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the scene. That's the Ringmaster's hat, right? Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat. Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has two silk hats? What? No! This is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximilian Galactica. Which means, Acro, that you've been fibbing on the stand! You can't ever stand! Order!
Objection!
Like always, someone has to open their mouth before thinking. Are you okay, Nick? Well, I opened my big mouth, and now I have to back it up. How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause this witness to commit perjury in this court today? How am I supposed to answer this? Safe scum, that's how. He doesn't have a grudge against Max, he said that. Am I really gonna put this man on the spot? I'm gonna put this man on the spot. Jeez. Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself! On this occasion? Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of? Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry! Are you serious? What the hell's wrong with this man? Mr. Wright, are you serious? Deadly serious, Your Honor. I think your trips at the circus have served you well. You seem to remember how to try and grab at an audience's hearts and minds. Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book. Really? If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. Tweet. He's calm enough for it to be almost be scary. God, Bert, get out of my face! What is this? He's staying ready, calm and collected. Get on my face! Mr. Dingling, do you have any response to the defense's accusation? I don't really need to say a thing, do I? What do you mean? Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up on myself, let alone leave the lodging house. That's true. I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of a murder of all things. See? Even a silver of common sense... Silver? It's sliver. Of common sense make it clear the accusation is ludicrous. She's right. Way to pick on the civil, you heartless, cruel man. Phoenix is a poopy head. See that, Mr. Phoenix, right? Who the hell called me a poopy head? See me outside. I will destroy you. If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that is how you do it. I think that's enough of this little game. I've got the doctor's note to confirm that Acro is unable to stand under his own power. Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well? I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice. What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice? No, I don't think so. Now then, this must be when we got to hear the name of the mystery accomplice. Not this time, Von Karma. What? Blur. You're not going to sucker me into this one. What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright? There was no accomplice. Acro planned and committed this murder all by himself. What is he still going on with this? I know! What a heartless son of a bitch! Order! Order! What are you getting at? Way to keep them on their toes, Nick! Now I'm going to have to prove how it all fits together. I have to show how Acro murdered Russell Berry. Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that? I know what I can't do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed. Alright, then let's do it! Mr. Phoenix Wright. If this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, right? Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear something up for me. When the crime was committed, exactly where was Mr. Dingling? Pretty sure in his room. He was obviously here the entire time. That's Acro's room? Pretty simple, huh? Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. There's only one answer to that. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster. What? Are you nuts? What say you, Mr. Dingling? I don't even know what the hell's going on, man. I'm still just as calm as ever with this bird, pal. There's an interesting theory. Oh, that's it? Considering that what you propose is impossible, yes, that's it. Oh my god! Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. As a witness has stated, your assertion is impossible. As he is in a wheelchair, there is no way he could go to the scene or be the killer. You've got a point. It seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime. That's true! Mills said that he saw Max, didn't he? But Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly. Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright? What is it? I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? That's the next course of this legal buffet. Be careful, Nick! If you mess up here... She's right. I can't mess up here. I've got to give this one some serious thought as I save Scum. Because like I said, we're not stopping here, folks. We're just going to keep on going. In fact, this might end up being a part right here. So, if this is a part, then I'll see you guys in the next episode. But I'm not stopping. Peace! And we're back at it again, folks. Just like that. I told you we're not stopping. We're going at it right now. Right back at it. Let's go. Come on. I can't mess up here. I gotta give this one a serious thought. I'm sure that Echo killed the ringmaster. And he killed the ringmaster while he was in his room. No doubt about it. Time to enlighten us as to how Mr. Dingling committed the crime, Mr. Wright. I think I can present evidence. I'm going to present some evidence. So what did Mr. Dingling use to commit the crime of a murder against Russell Berry? It's not this box, because he was hunched over it. Excuse me. Oh, yeah! What's that? A picture? It is indeed. The problem is with the item that's shown in the picture. The bust? It's quite a large bust, and because it is life-size, it is also very, very heavy. Heavy? Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death, especially if it was dropped from a third-story window. Ah! Uh-oh. Look at him, he's getting serious now. See? This is how Acro was able to kill the Ringmaster. With the force of gravity and Maximilian Galacticus... One more time. With the force of gravity and Maximilian Galacticus ample bust! I can't believe you're still doing this. What a freaking asshole. Order, order. So you're saying the bust fell under the Ringmaster? A rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit.
Objection!
How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible! Who said he had to move? Well, Acro is an acrobat. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the bus. Mr. Dingling, how do you respond to these charges? Well... Acro's at a loss for words! He should be. He knows that I'm getting close to the truth. Well, 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 Acro. You can't run away from things that— Ah! I'd watch what I say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? What? Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand that we get proper testimony from the witness himself. Testimony, you say? But Karma. She's just using this testimony as a ruse to solve her time. There's absolutely no need for such testimony.
Objection!
The defense has suspension of the matter. The prosecution has the right to respond. Screw your right to respond, woman! Don't worry about it, Judge. Move on! The defense's objection is overruled. Why can't he say things my way once in a while? Because the prosecution, they have him in his back pocket. I mean, not really, but kinda. Mr. Dingling, I'm sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony. The witness will have no problems. However, let's all be respectful towards him. Thank you. Ah, that woman will sink to any low to win a case. I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the Ringmaster's head. Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think? I don't know. I have no doubts in regards to this witness's testimony. It was impossible for him to lift the bust and carry it over the window. Not to mention that he could not have known the location of the Ringmaster's head. A single false step would have led to even more severe injuries. That's what I was thinking. Shut up. What is your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright? I still like to proceed with my cross-examination. He's simply stalling. It's shameful, really. I'm the one stalling. I can't let her get to me. I've got to focus. Okay, well, I'll come back to this because I gotta use the bathroom. BRB! Alright, we're back. Sorry about the delay, but I had to take care of a few things, so now let's go ahead and press this man on this. Have you ever lifted up the bust before? No, I've never actually lifted it up with my own two hands. But I should get to it, don't you think? I can't let money outdo me on this. Money? That crazy monkey has lifted Max's bust before? Tweet tweet. Tweet tweet tweet. Please continue with your testimony, Mr. Dingling. So, what have you been doing to keep in shape? Well, honestly, I've given up on training. I don't have any plans to return to the trapeze or the tightrope. You don't say. Excuse me. But, no offense, I'm not worried about losing to you in a race or anything. Wow! Not in mind, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? Shut up! Stay out of this, Von Karma. Shut up! Maya! Shut up! What? Oh my god. Alright, you know what? In this case, I'm not about to lose to Nick either. I'm gonna outrun his ass. I don't even know why are we doing this to Nick? What did you do to deserve this? I wouldn't lose either, Slowpoke. I mean, Nick. Whoa, how did the discussion turn to me all of a sudden? I know. What is going on? Also, are you gonna lose to a paraplegic? What? I'm sorry, that was kind of rude. I don't understand. I'm sorry, but how? Why is everyone talking about how they're gonna beat Nick in a race? I suppose you could say that I'm stronger than the average bear. Boo, go get the picnic basket. But Yogi, the ranger. Oh, who cares about the ranger? I'm about to beat the ranger's ass. The picnic basket, boo. Yogi bear looking ass. Alright, bro. And why is that? I didn't even read what he said. Because if I were to do that, I'd end up falling out of the window myself. You know what? I'm gonna give him the Yogi Bear voice, even though I'm bad at doing an impression of Yogi Bear, but I don't really care. Because if I were to do that, I'd end up falling out the window myself. I still haven't got much feeling back in my legs yet. So you couldn't have thrown that bus out the window. You know, I can't. Their voices are too similar. Yogi Bears and then my impression of Yogi Bear and my impression of what the judge would sound like are too close. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force in my lower body. How long do you think your recovery will take? You have to remember that the nerves are severed. I'm currently undergoing some extremely intensive rehabilitation, but it's still going to take a while before I'm back at 100%. Let me remind you of another very important point. If the windows was carrying the bus, you would not be able to see out below the window. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of Remaster's head. Why do you say it would be impossible? Allow me to explain. You accept that if I was carrying the bus, I couldn't see out below the window. Thus, there is no way I would have known the location of Remaster's head. Well, I suppose you got a point. Hey, Nick! Huh? What if you turn things around? Maybe we think of it sort of like this. If you knew the location of Remaster's head, then you could drop the bust. That does make sense. If only I could prove that Acro knew the location of Remaster's head without looking down. Tweet, 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 tweet. I think I've already explained things sufficiently. Does this note come into play now? Wait. I'm gonna try something. Of course, okay. If all you had to do was drop it, then it wouldn't have been a problem at all. If all I had to do was drop it, you're right, I could have done that. However, there was no way that I could score a direct hit on a Remaster's head. So that kind of makes your theory a bit pointless, doesn't it, Mr. Wright? Acro's strong enough to lift up the bust. The main problem is how we could have aimed for the Ringmaster's head. I wonder if he used some kind of tool to aim for the Ringmaster. That's a ticket, Nick! Show them what you got! I have to be careful. I have to find something that fits perfectly with the case. I don't remember us finding any sort of tool, but maybe we overlooked something. Ah, shoot. Did we overlook something? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so it was the wooden box. Acro, you didn't really need to lean on the window, did you? What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? You already knew ahead of time where the Ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I might add.
Objection!
You silly hinting at things is pointless, Mr. Phoenix, right? Enough stalling! How about you show some evidence? Show me some goddamn evidence! But I did such a good job hinting! If you... oh my god. Here, sisters, hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright. Maybe you should take a look at this. The key point here is the wooden box. The same wooden box the victim was found hunched over? The same. The question is, who placed the wooden box here? Whew. When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box. Which means that this wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime. What was that crime scene? I don't know. I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense. The moment that the bus came falling down was exactly the same moment that the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear. You mean, if the bus were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box, there would be no way that it could miss the event of the victim. Really? Order! This is unbelievable. Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now I just gotta keep going, and there's only one way to go from here. Forward. We can't take 2 steps back? Aw. So the next question I have is, who placed the wooden box at this scene? It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Ow! Allow me to whip some sense into you. Mr. Phoenix, Wright? Ah! The ringmaster said could have been anywhere when he elected a box. That's why the box was so specially made. Specially made? Indeed, if you stop hitting me for a few seconds, woman. Had the most particular peculiar feature. So the box is 20 pounds. Oops. The box has a remarkable weight. Wait! According to the court record, it weighs 20 pounds. Just to lift up this wooden box would have required... Excuse me. You do not burp in the audience's ears. Like I just did. Apologies. Sorry. Oh, I see. One would have to squat down, then lift it up with their body, wouldn't you say? That's exactly what I was trying to point out. The box is also very large. The box also has carrying handles on either side, doesn't it? That is correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. Which means that no matter who you are, your head would be in... That no matter who you are, your head would be in approximately the same place. Fool! Tweet, tweet, tweet. Does she even bother to listen to me anymore? I've heard what you had to say. Huh. I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills. Did you drop it? Did you drop the bus onto the ringmaster? What are you talking about? Even if I had wanted to do such a thing, I couldn't. What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of this bust? Wasn't this in the... It was in the cafeteria. Of course I remember. It was on top of the table in the cafeteria. Then what happened to it? I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the logic house by myself. That's why you had money to do it! That means... You understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well have been able to drop the bus from my room. However, how would I have gotten the bus from the cafeteria to my room? Because of this damn monkey! You see, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? Explain that! Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice. Ah, shoot! No! Ah, she's right! Damn it! Damn it, damn it, damn it. Tell us exactly how the witness would have carried the bus from the cafeteria. Yep, we definitely have a problem here. But this is no place to get perplexed. I've got to get my wits about me and prove how things happen once and for all. Alright, Mr. Wright, let's hear your explanation. How did the witness get the bus from the cafeteria back to his room? It's still money, though, but we said there's no accomplice. A monkey? Everyone knows money. He loves shiny objects of... Oh! I'm dumb, so he didn't do it... He didn't tell Money to do it. Money did it himself. Duh, I forgot. He loves shiny objects of any kind. Any size. For instance, he stole the ventriloquist ring. So? Are you saying the witness had a monkey steal the bust? Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own accord, and then brought it back home. Home? Money lives in Echo's room.
Acro's room?
But the bust was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny. Maybe you should put the whip down sometimes to read the court record. Ooh, damn! My, those are some very nice cards he's holding. Yes, and they are made of platinum, which is very shiny. Ah! Acro! Money is a strong monkey, isn't it? Right? Right? It'd be easy for him to bring the bus back to your room. If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate. Wow. Order! Order! I said order! Mr. Where is the bus in question at this moment? I don't know. But it's searching for it as we speak. This is a strange turn of events. But the monkey did not steal the bus. Then what happens to this case? Well, in that event, something else must have been used as a murder weapon. Well, Well, maybe this bus was a murder weapon, but it was used by accident. That's possible. Maybe Acro saw money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. Anyways, I think we've more than proven one critical fact. Namely, that it was entirely possible that Acro was a murderer. Moron! Why are you slinging her insults towards me, woman? What did I do? Mr. Wright's argument was so circular, I'm still a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that. Ow! Don't say so flamboozled, especially about this fraud of an attorney. Fraud? You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix, right? And what is that? You should know. You forgot that your fraud of a magical client was spotted at the scene of the crime. Ah! Shoot. There is no reason to doubt the clown's testimony. And that's true. I just found it out, Mr. Wright. Nick, don't let it beat you now. I won't. This is my chance to turn the trial around. When the murder occurred, there were two people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Berry, and the other was the murderer himself. Or there was one just stupid because he just put the stuff on the thing, you idiot! It's a this and only this, Mr. Phoenix, right? The clown saw the murderer. Who was it then? It's the bust, right? I feel like it's the bust.
Take that!
He saw Max's Ow! Act 2 was the other person most on the scene. That evidence has nothing to do with the question. Au contraire, mon frère. Au contraire, mon frère. It does indeed have something to do with the question. Mel said that he saw Max's silhouette. But he did not actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw. I'm mad to use French. And I'm mad that I completely fudged the French pronunciation of that. How is that possible? It's simple, really. What Mo actually saw that night was Max's bust.
Objection!
What are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain at all in this case? Said what you saw just happened to be wearing a cloak! A cloak, damn it! There's no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to a bust. Or a cloak like that could get easily snagged on the bus if they came into contact. Idiot! Who did I put a cloak on the bus? It doesn't matter who put it on the bus. Just wait a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bus? That question is of the utmost importance to the case, don't you agree? Oh, he caught me! Damn it! So let's have it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? I don't know, actually. Really? Really? Well, it is possible that he did take the cloak. That's right. Okay. Fool! Him? You are saying it was the victim himself, Russell Berry? That's what I'm saying. I mean, the victim himself placed the cloak on the bust? Place the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it. Then what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright? Explain yourself, damn it! Do it now, I said! Nick, do you really have a handle on all this? I'm fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all the pieces together. There's really only one picture I can paint anyways. Alright, so you want to know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time. During the time warp again, Erko used a rope to lower the wooden box under the scene. Then he attached that rope to the bust, and dangled the bust out of his bedroom window, directly above the wooden box. Excuse me. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, The ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the launching house by none other than the ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Trilo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift a wooden box. Oh! And that's when Echo took his chance to release the rope. Now this is when the magic happens. At the very instant that the bus hit the victim... Damn! Woo! What kind of magic is that? It's just so happy to fly on top of it. The sound effects work perfectly too. You wait just a second, there, Mr. Phoenix. As much as you try, as much as you scream, there's just an throw it can't be done in the face to reclaim it. It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. The circus isn't over yet. Eh? I still can't believe it just magically poofed onto the thing. With a shock of impact, it threw up the cloak and it got snagged onto the bus. Sure, okay. That's when the sound was heard by a witness and he took a look out the window, out of his window. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Mo Curls, the clown. When Mo looked out his window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bus. Now, having completed the crime, Echo naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Mo saw the bus being raised with a cloak dangling on it. Primarily because, in his wheelchair, he couldn't see out of his window, so he just kept pulling the bus up. Oh, where are you, Mr. Fairy Universe? Stop! The sound effects. And that is how the magical murderer disappearing into the sky came to be. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! No way! Stop it! These damn sound effects. Now you know how the murder actually took place. And now you know who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the scene. Echo, it could only have been you. Damn it, stop. Stop talking to the birds, man. Echo's been playing mind games with all of us. He sure has. But he has come to the end of his rope now. So? What now? You've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale is true? Evidence? In this court, only two things matter. The power of evidence and the power of my whip. The power of evidence is the only thing that matters, woman. Don't forget the power of my gavel as well. Those are the only two things that matter. Your whip does not matter. Mr. Wright, prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence? No. Nick, they say they want evidence. I just explained how there can only be one possible murder method, but there is still something unusual about most eyewitness account. Unusual? A contradiction, actually. Okay then, use that and get out of this jam! That's enough talking amongst yourselves. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Nah, we ain't talking enough. Shut up. Present some evidence to the court that backs your claims. I want hard proof that you have unraveled the trick to this magic case. Most testimony. I don't know what. I don't remember most testimony. Okay, Sure? The problem is Max's three symbols. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses. Those symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings. Yesterday, there were two contradictions in Mo's testimony. The silk hat was one, the white roses were the other. But the theory I just presented explains all of these contradictions. You fool! Do you ever shut up? I do plenty. You are the one that needs to shut up more. And put down your damn whip, woman. Damn it. Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Mo said yesterday. He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Mo saw was actually the bust. Oh. Makes sense. If you look at it that way. Then he did see the silk hat. Well, sort of.
Objection!
Fine, you've got one, but what about the other contradiction? The other contradiction? Remember what that ventriloquist said in court! He said that he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night, but the clown's testimony doesn't match. The clown said that there were no white roses. I'd like to see you try and explain that one away, stupid Phoenix! Can you do it, Nick?
Blah.
Of course, I can explain all of it.
What was that?
Please recall the instant when the cloak snagged onto the bus. If the cloak snagged onto the bus, what happened to the white roses? How does that even happen? What? Do you get it yet? If the cloak got snagged onto the front of the bus, it means that the red roses went end up on the back of the bus. Oh. You couldn't even see it in the picture. It was like, well, yeah, that makes sense. It's behind the bus, so it's kind of inside of the cloak. So it's behind the bus. Back of the bus. Ah! Which explains why Mo didn't see it. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bus. Order! Order! This is quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads.
Let's do this, Nick. And maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel. I don't think so.
Yeah, me either. I don't believe you. 1 sec. Tweet, tweet. Go ahead and sack this bitch.
Well, so much for that theory.
Mr. Wright, do you mind?
Yes, I do. What is it?
You took the time to research our circus, didn't you? Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think that I didn't? If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track. Why is that?
Motive. This witness feels an incredible debt of gratitude towards the ringmaster. Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this.
Thank you, because you just put in my mind what the motive was. Thank you, Von Karma.
Thus, there's absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster.
No, you just put the motive in my head, so thank you. He wasn't trying, and you know,
Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Akro's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster, and his life up until now. But what do we do? There's no doubting that Akro deeply respected ringmaster.
Akro's motive. It seems that this case isn't over yet. Very well. However, I feel this is a good place to take a break. I'll listen to the rest of Mr. Dingley's testimony after recess. This court will now take a 10-minute recess.
They may be taking a recess, but boys, we are continuing with this right now, so...
To be honest, that might be a good point to end the next episode, but we're continuing off after this. So if this is where I end up the second part of this video, of this session, then have a great day, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next part. But literally after this, we're going to continue, so bye!